it is my first video that I am filming. I guess this is kind of like an intro, but my channel I want my channel to be almost like filming video vlogs and more about spirituality, or learning how to love yourself, stuff like that. Just learn to find your higher self and learning to find peace. That's mainly what I want my channel to be about and what it is going to be about. So this is my first video, and for my first video I was thinking of it to be more about relationships and love. I feel like as a generation we focus a lot on relationship and finding love, so let's dive into that. So as a generation, I really find that we talk about relationships all the time, and there are a lot of dating videos and dating advice, but I also feel as young women and also young men, we shouldn't focus on relationships all the time and trying to find a relationship because you're still young. I feel like sometimes you might feel like, oh, you're a late bloomer because you're 18 and you haven't had a boyfriend or a girlfriend yet, but that's honestly a good amount of time. You don't need to have a girlfriend when you were like 16 or 14, and if you did, and if you do, that's not a bad thing as well. You meet new people, you learn new life experiences, and that's okay. But when it comes to relationships in our generation, I really feel like we put too much focus on them instead of focus on ourselves, with finding ourselves, with expressing ourselves, with our education. I feel like education is really important. Education is not something anybody can take away from you. When you get your diploma, your bachelor's degree, your associate's degree, that's something nobody can take away from you. So I really feel like we need to focus on our education and on ourselves as young people. Obviously, I mean, yes, the older you get, the more you're gonna crave love, the more you're gonna crave somebody else, and that's not a bad thing. But I don't want it to be like I don't want it to define your life. You know what I mean? A relationship shouldn't define your life. You should have you should have a life outside of your relationship, because you are your own person and your partner is your own person. You shouldn't allow your partner to control you and control all that you do. You know what I mean? You meet people and you learn new things, and sometimes you aren't compatible with those people, and that is okay. It's not a bad thing to realize that maybe you're just not compatible. Yes, it might hurt when you leave that person, but it's only for the better. If you guys stayed together any longer, who knows what could happen? You probably would not be happy. I feel as if there's so many videos about dating and people are made to feel bad about so many things, like, oh, you haven't had a relationship yet, you haven't had sex yet, you haven't had this yet. Everyone's journey is different, everyone's life is different. If you do meet a good person, you do meet somebody along the way that you love, that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. However, it should not define your life. It should not define your personality. And you should still have hobbies and interests outside of your partner. You should not make your happiness focus so much on your partner and your relationship. You still need to be your own person. You know what I mean? They should be an addition to your life, not your life. They should be an addition to your life. They shouldn't consume your life or try and take your life away from you. You know what I mean? Everyone's on their own journey, everyone's on their own life path, and I don't like when I see young women and young men in toxic relationships and feeling like as if they need to be in relationships and they're scared to leave that person for this reason and that reason. No, I don't like to see that, So yeah, another thing is, I don't want you to feel alone or feel like it's a bad thing to be alone. I feel like a lot of people are scared to be alone. A lot of people are scared of their own self, and I feel like that is rooted in self-love. Like, well, self-hatred. It's rooted in self-hatred, but you need self-love. If you love yourself enough, you know, it really frees you from so much. You know, when you love yourself, you don't allow people to disrespect you. You know, when you allow yourself, it's easy for you to move on from toxic situations because you love yourself enough to move on and realize that you do deserve better. I wanted to add that a lot of people don't enjoy their own company. I feel like it's really important to enjoy your own company. You know, you should ultimately be your best friend. You know what I mean? It's really important because not everyone's gonna be there for you. At the end of the day, you're really just an individual. And it's something that I was like, well, an individual in this world by yourself. You're born alone and you're gonna die alone. Something else that I was thinking about is the other day, I was like thinking about my future, right? And how my friends, they are on their own life journeys. My friends, like, we're about to graduate college soon, and who knows what's gonna happen. Maybe we might go overseas to study, we might get a job here, or just move to another country in general to pursue our careers and pursue our life paths. And it almost made me sad. Like, I understand we have all of our journeys, but it's like these are, you know, you people you're really close with, that you basically, well, depending, you grew up with, you went through either high school with, college with, maybe primary school with, and it's like now we're just gonna separate, and it's kind of sad. That's why I say it's important to enjoy your own company, because not everyone's gonna be here all the time. I understand humans are very social beings, but you're not gonna have somebody by your side you're not gonna have someone by your side 24/7. And it also made me sad to think that one day I'm gonna have to just leave my mom and my parents and my family and, you know, go on and live my life, live alone, you know, navigate this world almost by myself. And it's scary to think about, but it's something that we all have to do. And yeah, I really think it's important to love yourself. I really think it's important to enjoy your own company. You're not gonna have someone next to you all the time. I think it's best not to focus on relationships, you know, but focus on yourself. Focus on loving yourself. When you focus on yourself, that's when things fall into place. When you focus on yourself, that's when that relationship will come. Maybe you're not in a relationship right now because it's not your time. It's not your time. The person you're supposed to meet, you're not supposed to meet them yet. Maybe if you met them now, you guys wouldn't be compatible. You guys would hate each other. You know what I mean? But then when you meet them in 5-10 years from now, or less, or more, you realize they're your perfect person. It's because we go through things all the time. It's almost like when we're in relationships now and the people we know now, we might drift away from them because they were at one point in our lives. I don't like to think of people as just lessons or think of people as just temporary, but sometimes that's really the case. Sometimes you learn what you had to learn from them, and now you guys are gonna drift apart, and that's okay. It's scary, but it's okay. Things happen in life, and we really have to go through it, you know. And yeah, we should control things that we can control and not worry about the things that we can't. You know what I mean? So yeah, I really don't like how as a generation we focus so much on relationships and sex and hookup culture. That's not what we should be focusing on. We only live one life and we only have one body. I want to remember that we only have one body. Let's focus on things that are more I'm not sure what word I'm looking for, but we shouldn't ultimately just focus on other people. We should focus on ourselves, you know? Don't focus on what this person is doing or what that person is doing. Focus on yourself and your life, you know? Now, I like to say things happen for a reason, but I don't always believe that things happen for a reason. There are so many wars, genocides going on. People in Palestine, Gaza, Rafah are suffering right now. People in Congo suffering. Women and children being sexually assaulted every day, every 9 minutes. People in Sudan are suffering. People in Tigray are suffering. People in Haiti are suffering. People all over the world are suffering right now. And that's not something we should be blind to. People are suffering. And I think we shouldn't be like, oh, well, this happens for a reason. If it's meant to be, what happened? Things don't always happen for a reason. Yes, some things in your life, they do happen for a reason. Maybe you were late for work for a reason, but the genocides that are happening right now, the wars, all this stuff, that's not meant to happen. I don't believe that is something that should be happening. There are very evil and wicked people in this world, and there's so many people that are just suffering. That's not meant to happen, in my opinion. I don't think that happens for a reason. Like, children are losing their families, children are alone, mothers losing their children, mothers losing their babies, siblings losing their brothers and sisters. It's really sad. People are starving, they're suffering, they're in grief, they're in pain. It's just, so I really think we should pay a lot of attention to try and free Palestine, free Congo, free Sudan, free Haiti, free all these countries that are going through it right now. I try and find some links to put in my bio, some GoFundMes to put in my bio, so if you want to donate, you can donate. Some petitions for you to sign, or just for you to educate yourself. People are suffering, and that's not right. But peace and love. I hope you have a good day, afternoon, morning, night, and remember to love yourself. Ultimately, you're the only person you have in this world. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of your body. You only get one of everything.